Alright, game 3 here, as we are all tied up between iRex and the Solaire Club. The first game going to the Solaire Club. Second game, iRex brought it back with a vengeance with a really powerful performance from Marcus Moy on that silhouette, as well as some really good play from Masera on chipper, and Magnus Okami did pretty well. Really, the whole team did very well. Solaire Club, not so much. So, Enthaz, 1-1. What are you thinking? Who's looked better so far? I feel like it's iRex, but I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Overall, I think iRex has definitely looked better as far as communication goes, teamwork, all that stuff. They're quite the experienced team. I mean, their team leader or their ex-team leader has gone on to do other things, but they've been around for a little bit, and they have a lot of really high-level players. I mean, everybody knows who Panny is, Saint Rocks, Marcus Moy, even Masera and Okami. If you're really competitive into the scene, all five of which are pretty notable players, but Solaire Club has definitely made an impact in the competitive scene. Again, they did well in Carnage and Caldivar. They have quite a few top plays on Scumbag Network, and I've versed them before, and they're definitely a pretty good team. I mean, they definitely have their work cut out for them, as many teams do, but I see a lot of potential in their future.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I've seen them as well play some scrims, play some of those matches you're talking about, and they've definitely looked good. They have been together for, I think, a fair bit of time as well. I don't know Antilicious, but Cannondorf, Justman, and Army of Mums, I believe, have all been playing together. I swear
I'm
to
talking
God.
to Cannondorf. They have two subs right now. Hang and Ant are
Okay.
both subs.
Yeah, so that makes some sense because I think those three players, yeah, I do recognize those main names. I feel like I've seen Hang play before. I don't know if that's a regular ringer for them or not, or if I'm just insane and making things up. Both of those
You're clearly
are pretty
insane,
possible.
but that's beside the point.
Yeah. The question is, am I insane and making things up, or just insane? That's the important differential. But damn, they're blowing through this picking phase. Clanks and Ophelia can be bans for Panny, and Parasite and Cthulhu can be bans for the Hellborn side. So once again, the Para and Cthulhu every single game, Hellborn banning those two heroes. Legion side now taking out Clanks, of course, because of that really powerful game 1, and the Ophelia once again does leave Riptide open, which was banned the first game, but now decided picking it up either game 2 or game 3. Legion side going to start their draft off here with Swiftblade, Revenant, Rhapsody. Hellborn going to counter with Torturer, Rally, and Kraken. So I'm seeing shades of game 1 here.
Yeah. Parasite, Ophelia, Cthulhu have been banned every single game in the series. I like the Kraken pickup on Solaire Club. Army of Mums has proven himself to be a really great Kraken player, so hopefully he can make some big plays happen here. And especially with a Rally, I mean, with a Torture and Rally, you got the AoE stun plus another stun from Rally and his ulti, so if Kraken gets some good ults off, there could be some big plays incoming.
No doubt. So, Beaverbanger, what are your thoughts on these two lineups?
It looks like Solaire is going back to how they won the first game with the same lineup. I still don't really like the Rally that much.
We can be friends.
Yeah, but I really like how but Legion team picked up Swiftblade. Like, he made it through the first rounds the first game, and I was really surprised by that because usually he is a first pick, first ban hero.
Yeah, and not only that, they get the Swiftblade, they also get the Rhapsody. So
yeah,
that's gonna be dangerous, and I'm a little bit worried for this Hellborn side because those are no doubt two of the most powerful heroes in the scene right now. And even Magnus is banned actually now. I thought he was still open.
Yeah, Magnus is banned.
They just banned him. Never mind. I'm again trying to make things up. But yeah, first two bans from the Legion side are Empath and Wretched Hag. Hellborn are going to start off their bans with the Magnus, so finally some extra time being used there, but a little interesting they're using the ban onto Empath. Empath and Swiftblade, very typically considered an extremely powerful hero combination, so why do you guys think they're banning Empath here?
Well, they might think they might go for a hero, like a hard carry, and so they don't really... I mean, they have an aggressive lineup, but they get a hard carry, and let's say they're not typically successful in the early game, then they could prove out. I mean, it could be... I can see it working with the Empath ban, but I don't know. I guess they're banking on the fact that they want to be aggressive early game and actually make something happen instead of letting it get to late game with an Empath and another carry. And maybe run the risk of getting out carried or.
Right, I can see that definitely, and yeah, Empath is considered a little bit as a Swiftblade counter with the wall, but
oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, the Legion side have the first pick coming out of the banning stage, so if they want that Empath, it's theirs. If they don't ban it, of course. But anyway, going to finish off their bans with Puppet Master here. Hellborn finish off with both Pharaoh and Gauntlet. So Gauntlet played first two games of this series, is 2-0, and is now out of the pool. Bubble is going to be the fourth pick for the Legion side. And they're a really strong hero and likely a solo, so Legion side could either go dual support here or jungle. Anthos, what do you think are they going to do, and which would you prefer?
I couldn't tell you. I'd like to see this 4th pick on the Hellborn's behalf. I mean, you notice the Legion team has very standard heroes that you see in Diamond League nearly every game: Swiftblade, Revenant, Rhapsody, Bubbles. The Solaire Club is picking much more, not so standard heroes, which is fun to see. But Rally, again, not my favorite hero either. Not bad, but I'm curious to see what kind of care they're gonna run, and I'm curious to see what their landing is gonna be.
Okay, I'm going to be right back. Sorry, something just came up, and I'm going to leave this to you because it's the drafting phase. So go ahead, and I'll be back in a second.
Sounds good. Nymphora pickup on this Hellborn side. What do you think of that, Beaver?
I mean, I personally love the hero, but I'm just not. And with the global presence of the hero, I think it's a really strong hero. But she just, I don't know about her. I think if you're gonna run her, you need a hero like. You would obviously lane her like in the safe lane with a hero like Dampier or another farming hero, like maybe even Dr. Repulsor in this lineup.
Yeah, Dampier, Pebbles, Dr. Repulsor. I don't see how it's gonna work too well. I mean, Kraken, I guess it's okay once he gets his portal key, Rally as well, but not nearly as strong as running with like a Dampier, Devo, whatever it might be.
Has the Solaire? Yep, Dr. Repulsor.
Yeah.
Has the Solaire Club? Have they run a jungler in this whole entire series, or have they run dual supports?
Dual supports, and it looks like Legion's going to follow up with a dual support this game, both a Glacius and a Rhapsody, along with a Revenant and Bubbles. So that's 4 intellect heroes coming out from the Instant Reflex.
It might be an aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah, possibly. And wow, Solaire Club finishes up with Dr. Repulsor. As you mentioned, solid pick with Nymphora, and I support it wholeheartedly. Which draft do you like more?
I don't know.
See, Solaire Club.
I think I like the Solaire Club's draft more, but yeah, I definitely like the Solaire Club's. I just love the use of Nymphora.
I think they have more reliable CC than the Legion team does. I mean, they do have that Bubble Ultimate, but it has long cooldown. They have that Glacius slow and stun, and the Rhapsody stun. But Revenant, a little bit not as reliable. So played no CC. But Kraken, Torture, Nymph, Dr. Repulsor, Rally, all of which have CC abilities that are fairly easy to hit. So this could be a good game. I guess we'll find out whether or not they're going to run that trial lane, but I think that they would.
Yep. All right, I'm back. So sorry about that.
It's okay.
And I did come back towards the end, so nothing missed. That's not bad. Yeah, I definitely see what you guys are saying too with that draft. And looks like Kongor. That's going to be what's going to happen here.
You think so?
It's happening, so.
They don't really have a level 1 Kongor team, though.
Are you guys way behind?
7:57, 7:58, 8 minutes.
Yeah, you're about 15 seconds behind me.
I'm at 20 now.
I'm at 20, 21, 22, 23. So Enthos, you're about 20 seconds behind. So level 1 Kongor is what the plan is.
Is he gonna die?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. Almost. Zeal stun from Nymph coming in to save the day. But yeah, this is gonna happen.
Is in melee range, so the Kongor's been smashing
Stomping,
on him.
Yeah. And Rally Compel forward there as well. Are they gonna get this in time?
And look at the Legion team, they're camped up at top waiting for one of the heroes to pass by.
Kraken,
Kraken gets stunned. Nope, but he switches targets to the rallies, and Zeal stun comes out as well. So they're going to get this kill, but they're going to be super, super late to the lanes. And they're using a ton of regen, yeah.
And no one can How many health pots do they have for that?
I don't know. I want to say like 6 or 7.
None of them have any regen left. Nymphora has a mana potion, and that's it.
And some trees on Doctor.
Jeez. Nothing but minor stones left on that team.
They didn't really have a level 1 Kongor team.
Nope, not at all.
They wanted to go for it, and they succeed.
Like, I guess that's good. I mean, it gives them a pretty substantial gold boost really early on, but I mean, they're so late to their lanes now, and all their gold is going to go right back into buying pots because of how much they used. So, yeah.
I mean, it'll show pretty quickly whether or not the Legion team can match the golden experience difference in the next couple minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if they came close.
I got to question that decision pretty heavily. But, I mean, it is commonly said level 1 Kongor is supposed to basically win you the game. At least that's Swindlemelon's idea. But actually, up top, Doctor, freeze, staccato, spin, dead.
Yep.
So,
That's
sorry.
a tough lane for Doctor.
Poor Cannondorf there. He's getting tri-laned, and he didn't quite realize it because the Legion side supports were very, very patient about what they were doing. And... yeah, sorry, go.
With the lineup that Legion drafted, they should have. I think they should have expected that they were going to man up in the long lane, and they probably should have rotated their lanes to compensate for that. But Doctor's going to fall behind in the farm because Nymphora left him. Or no, is she coming back up top? Like Rally is coming up top.
Yeah,
actually.
so they're going to switch lanes up here and send Doctor middle, but I don't feel like that's going to help them because the level advantage they had from Kongor is now gone. They're both level 3 in middle, and Cannondorf is 170 gold per minute. He needs support. Like, he can't solo this lane versus Bubbles.
Yeah, the golden experience difference is now pretty minimal.
Yeah, 300 gold advantage, in fact, for the Legion side. So despite that level 1 Kongor, they're winning. Now, bottom lane, actually, the Revenant getting caught out, and the Invis won't be enough to save him. Looking for the counter kill on the Kraken, but I don't think the Dot's going to do enough, yeah. And Kraken will be just fine. So they do manage to kill Marcus Moy, who's playing the Revenant, which is interesting. Swiftblade, you'd think with the tri-lane up here would be the priority for him, and they'd give him to Marcus Moy, who is their carry player, but it's going to be that short lane Revenant in his hands. And that was weird.
Yeah, I just had a random smackdown.
No, it's because they took the token from Kraken on bottom. Oh. I was very confused as well. I was like, it just said smackdown. Meanwhile, middle lane, actually, Bubbles will get the Shell Surf on out, and he should be just fine, so no problem there. And they're continuing to drop this tri-lane up top. I feel like they need to move because they're wasting the time of both their supports here. Freeze goes on to Rally, and they're just going to force him under his tower again. But Glacius and Rhapsody are not doing all they can. They don't need both of them up here.
Yeah, this is one of the strongest tri-lines I've ever seen. I mean, you had that Swiftblade spin, which early game is just devastating, along with a Glacius and a Rhapsody. That's big. That's a really scary tri-line to go against.
And yet, I don't feel like they're getting too much out of it, but oh well.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
and that's a pretty good ward, though, for mid, placed by Nymphora. It shows the movement if they were going to combine the mid, so.
Yep, and they're sitting right on top of it now, of course, so they must have seen the rotation from the Hellborn side. Figure they do have vision, and they will rotate in and behind Bubbles here. Both supports level 2, Bubbles level 5. So he'll be 6 soon, and definitely will hit it before Dr. Repulsor, as Nymphora is also taking experience from him in middle lane. And I don't know, I feel like the Legion's lanes aren't that. Actually, bottom lane, sorry. As a Word of Rev gets dropped, Revenant going to be in a lot of trouble.
Nice.
And is he going to get a counter? Yeah, he will. He is still going to take the death, but pretty big.
Unfortunate for Kraken.
Army of Mums not replicating his really strong Game 1 laning performance. It's too bad. I'd like to see the Army of Mums dominate.
Agreed. I mean, Swiftblade taking the GPM charts by force, 440 GPM, only 4 minutes into this game. Kraken's 330, that's not bad for being 4 minutes in, but it did have the
lane
little
Rally is going to fall as he got the Capel off right over Swiftblade's spin, but of course doesn't care too much about that stun while he's spinning, and too fast with those Ghost Marchers to allow Rally to get away, who does not have boots at all. Man. Yeah, 470 now GPM for Swiftblade. I feel like they should just leave him here. Like, Glacius doesn't need to be up here at all. He's going to be 6 in a second, and he can get another kill once that happens, without Glacius being here. But anyway, Invis Rune on to Nymphora in middle lane. And Rhapsody has rotated all the way to the bottom lane. Revenant has invised her, perhaps looking for a kill onto Kraken. Gonna be hard, of course, because he has that charge. But no release to Kraken quite yet. Top lane, Compel goes down, and they're gonna try to save Rally here with a teleport. Should be able to do so. Swiftblade feeling like he doesn't want any part of this anymore. Torture rotating over, and he should be okay. Up here though, Nymphora with the invis, looking for something. There's a stun on the Swifty, but the Zeal misses. And all of a sudden, this is going to be a bad play. The Glacius is going to be in some trouble, though, as he gets caught out. Kraken with the rotation, completely unnecessary. And now he's going to have to head all the way bottom again. So, that's going to hurt him a fair bit, actually.
Well, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, Kraken wasn't really doing much bottom. They have lane control, and there's 2 bottom right now. So Kraken, I think it was okay that he went top.
Over here, gonna get 1 kill and 2 kills in Swiftblade with Swift Slashes onto Nymphora and Torture, and then the spin follow-up. So, Skillblade, man, hero strong.
Sarah's getting huge.
Yeah.
They need to do something about that quickly because he's at almost 500 GPM 6 minutes into the game.
And I mean, what can they do?
After Solaire Club getting a level 1 Kong or...
Yeah. They have to rotate this Kraken over and drop an ultimate on his face, but...
Pretty much.
They need Seismic Slam too, so... I have to wait till Rally hits level 6, I think, and then they might be able to get a kill on him. He is only 900 health, excuse me, so...
Yeah. I mean, the Solaire Club definitely has the physical presence to counter the Swiftblade. It's just a matter of picking your times to do it, getting your pickoffs at the right times, and working together, which hopefully they can do. But you know, Kraken's gonna need a little bit more farm. Hopefully they can get portal keys pretty quickly. It depends on a lot of things, but Swiftblade just cannot continue getting kills, or else this game's gonna be very grim for the Solaire Club.
No doubt. And Revenant actually gonna rotate top here, but there is a Ward of Rev placed. So they're going to see him, and the supports, though, are going to be in a lot of trouble because it's just them getting caught out. Spin goes down once again, and Nymphora also going to get caught. So Masera going to pick up 2 kills here. Real easy. Rally rotating over, trying to get the assistance, but now he's just got to hide in the woods because if he doesn't, he could also fall.
I mean, I don't see how they didn't anticipate that. There was nobody middle except for Bubbles and nobody bottom except for Rhapsody.
I think they did.
Not Rhapsody, sorry.
I think they did anticipate it. They dropped the Word of Rev in the woods, so I think they figured the gank
was
was coming.
Towards them.
Yeah, and then they did that. So they were like, oh, yeah, let's go ahead and do something to try to stop Revenant from getting up on us, and then go right into his arms.
Yeah, I mean, if they did anticipate it, they sure as hell didn't show it.
So yeah, some misplays no doubt coming out from the Solaire Club so far here. 4K gold, nearly 4K experience lead for the Legion side, and this is already becoming a bit of an issue for them, I feel like.
Now, what are your guys' thoughts on Glacius's abilities as far as the new Chilling Presence is concerned? Do you think that he should max out one of his other abilities, or is Thunder Blast still the way to go?
It's going to be Mario.
See, I'm not a support player, so I don't really know. But I think 1 or 2 levels in the E is usually all you need at first. Max your Q. But I don't usually play Glacius, so I'm not the best person to ask.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna go with kind of a stupid answer, which is probably wrong. I feel like most of the reason to pick Glacius is because of the E. I don't feel like the slow that he offers or the immobilize are substantially better than the skills offered by other heroes. Witchslayer, for example, he's got a Hex and a Stun, which are more powerful than Glacius' abilities in many situations, I feel like. And I'd rather have the Witchslayer ulti than the Glacius ulti most of the time. But the team support Glacius can provide is pretty huge. Meanwhile, middle lane actually, 1 kill already onto Torture, and now Dr. Repulsor is out of mana. Bubbles following up here. Kraken has an ultimate, and they might drop this onto Swiftblade, so he could finally be in some trouble, but they're going to turn this onto Doctor, it looks like. So teleport's coming in left and right. Bubbles trying to get out of here now, as Doctor will just barely evade the opposing team. Compel not quite going to hit, and he's going to be able to Shell Surf run on out of there. So bottom tier 1 tower falls in the meantime, but a dive pretty heavily too from the Legion side, and they didn't pay for that the way they should have, I feel like.
Yeah, big misplays, I think. I think they should have chased Swiftblade instead of Bubbles. Bubbles is not one of those heroes that you opt to chase for, especially when he has mana left. So I think that was a misplay.
No doubt. And they not just that, but they also need to shut down the Swiftblade. Like, if you can get a kill on Swiftblade at this point, you need to pretty much pull out all the stops to try to make that happen.
Exactly. And DR just needs to pick up his farm, man. He's only 240, 10 minutes into the game.
Has ball
and that's pretty
and
much all their
power
carry
supply.
presence.
Yeah. So he's doing okay on mana, but yep, bottom lane actually Doctor can get caught once again. Has plenty of mana here and an ultimate, but is he gonna be able to get out of here? Yeah. Obviously just the 1 stun on Rhapsody and nothing on Revenant means not too much danger there. Glacius a little bit late to the party. And he is 0-1-5 here, so having a pretty strong impact, but again, Masera 7-0-0, 525 gold per minute almost. And he can do anything he wants. Like, do you go Cleo on him now? Obviously, Musera isn't, but I don't know. Seems like you could have it.
I think Cleaver's only an item. If you're safe lane and you have complete free farm, then it's an option. But other than that, I don't think even like just rushing an Energizer, Abyssal, and like a Geos or Dawnbringer or anything, I think is stronger than a Cleaver in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, is opting for an Abyssal Skull at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely a greedy item. I'm just, I don't know.
The greediest.
So,
the melee
Thunderclaw.
I love gonna get caught.
So great.
And Bubbles actually gonna silence the Seismic Slam there, so very well done. Revenant coming in from the side. Top lane actually, Swiftblade is diving second tier towers to pick up kills on Kraken. Meanwhile, middle, Torture's falling once again, and Rally now in some trouble. He's gonna try to get away with the Compel, but they still have vision of him. They know exactly where he went. And Fora also is in some trouble. Is actually off to the side here. Doctor gonna run in, but gets the Cicados on a right on immediately. Swiftblade picking up the kill with the spin. Now has Ghost Marchers. Stun from Nymph is actually dodged twice, and a couple more auto attacks there will finish her off. Bubbles chasing down this Dr. Repulsor, who has no mana, and he's pretty much gonna fall. Staccatos come in there as well. Teleport support from Kraken, but he can't do too much of anything despite having ultimate, so yes, massacre indeed.
And that's putting it lightly.
I mean, 13 to 4 hero kills.
10-0 Swiftblade, 12 minutes in the game. He's gonna be level 12 any second here. Wow.
Not feeling too good if I'm the Solaire Club.
What was that?
Swiftblade is one of those heroes. He's such a good hero. I mean, he's got it all.
Oh man, Rhapsody, that was so pretty. Rally drops the Seismic Slam right onto Swiftblade's face, but Rhapsody says, "I have a very fun ultimate." That will completely negate all of that damage. Not that it would have killed him, but I think at this point they're just going for style points. And perhaps eyeing that 15-minute mark, because I have to imagine that the North side are pretty sick of this series at this point. Torture in the bottom lane, putting actually a lot of damage on Revenant. Might get a counter kill here, he actually will do so. Falls first, but ends up on the right side of the gold exchange. Obviously Revenant getting the experience for that. But nice man up there from Torture, and ends up paying off. So top lane, Bubbles solo pushing this with Illusions. And doing some good scouting. We'll pull the creep wave back here to allow them to push this top tier 1, so bottom lane, Swifty. Here comes an M4 report though, and Swiftblade. Finally, is he going to get caught? He spins away, but they're waiting for it to end. Rhapsody's here, and there goes the dance floor for 1. Staccatos are on to Rally, but she takes the Zeal Stun as well. Here comes Bubbles with the support. Kelfield onto 2, and there's the turn. M4 are going to be the first one to fall. Swiftblade's still out of mana, but he's so mobile with those Ghost Marchers. And Rally's looking for the Compel Stun, actually will connect, and the Seismic Slam hits. They finally kill Swiftblade. Chain reaction to Rhapsody as well. They got Staccatos onto Rally, and here comes Dr. Repulsor back in, looking for a kill onto Bubbles. He might be able to actually get it, Shell Surf away, but he doesn't quite go through the trees. Still will be enough to live. Another teleport coming in very, very late.
So play ball back.
Yeah, as top lane, Marcus Moy manages to kill Kraken. So yeah, Swiftblade coming in with a buyback, and he's got the Swift Flashes there. Easy kill on the Cannondor. Bubbles will fall to Rally in the back, and he wants this onto Torture.
He wants the Torture.
I know.
Oh,
he wants it so bad. Nice spin.
He used Ghost right before he spun, so it canceled it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Otherwise he would have had that kill, but nice coming in from Nymphora with the support for his buddy. That's exactly what he's supposed to do as a support hero.
The Legion have destroyed
why they call it a support hero.
Tower.
Swiftblade's opting for a Shroud at this point.
So, yeah, he's, once again, Musera going for a bit of a troll item, I think, with the Shroud. But
the Codex of the carry heroes. Maybe
top
that's getting
lane, Rally, get a jump with the kill on Glacius, so pretty easy cleanup on Panny. Nice and 4 report there. And they're getting a few pickoffs here and there, but I mean, we talked about it in game 1, and we said they needed throws. Actually, I was missing Marcus Moy getting a kill onto Henk on that Nymphora, but bot tier 2 tower falling.
Yeah, when your highest farming hero has 234 GPM, you know you're in trouble.
And it's a rally.
And
Who's
it's a
dead
rally.
now?
Yeah.
Well, actually, Kraken, 245. So
Yeah.
he's taking over the farm lead for the Hellboard side. Still not the greatest thing in the world.
Someone's gotta do it.
But nobody's quite breaking 250 GPM. I don't think this is going to end very well for the guys on Solaire Club. As the tier 2 borrow.
The Legion have destroyed
Bottom
the Hellbourne
falls.
Tower.
Top lane rotation coming through. Looks like Marcus might going to try to get a kill on the Dr. Repulsor. Glacius is here as well, in Viz. And there's an ultimate going down. So, Cannondorf going to take yet another death. Meanwhile, middle lane, Antolicious on the Torturer dies, thanks to the gank from Bubbles and Swifty. And we're 17 minutes into this game. Can either of you explain to me why we haven't seen a CC vote yet?
I think it's because the last match. It's the last match in the series, and so they just don't want to give up, just in case there's the smallest chance that they can come back, like they did in the first game.
Yeah,
I see no glimmer of hope in this game.
Yeah, there's not really. I mean, Kraken just did little. I don't know. I don't see it happening, especially with Switchblade almost at 600 GPM, 20 minutes in the game, and a Hellfire just picked up on Revenant.
Oh
So,
boy,
good
especially
luck,
against
Doctor.
PR, who has
Yeah.
no steam boots as of yet. That's got to be fun.
Alright.
Now, Fever, what are your thoughts on DR leveling up opposite charges before Electric Frenzy? I
I'm
almost
not
never
much of
see
a
that.
guard player, but what I used to do, I used to always level up my W with my E and only one level of the Q. But I think I like in competitive play. I would probably keep my W at level 2 and max my Q and E.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. I mean, other players, might be a better doctor than me and
We're having
know better. So.
Hellfire and a Doctor. Easy kill, so. Sorry, open.
No, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't think it really matters what skill build is.
Yeah.
It's
Or the
just-
Hellfire pick up, the Shroud on Swiftblade.
and all the invis coming out from the Legion side in general. There's just nothing they can do here. They're gonna
I like that
have.
Swiftblade got a shroud even with a Revenant.
Yeah,
on his
like
team.
that's just. Alright. Whatever. I mean,
Doesn't even care. He's just like right-clicking random items now at this point.
go Codex, Musera. Get a Codex.
Yeah, hey, it did well first game, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever going to build a Codex again after what his team must have put him through.
I feel bad. I like Codex. I feel like it needs some buffs. Maybe it shouldn't be quite as expensive, but I mean, like
You
there
like the fact that when an enemy team gets it, you're silently rejoicing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun item to see, and it's almost not viable at all. Actually, both stuns will land here, and Dust of Revelation going down, so might be some trouble here for Swiftblade, but a pretty good Glacius ultimate doing a lot. Swiftblade finally will drop. Glacius going to be in some trouble here, but Bubbles is rotating over. There's going to be a nice initiation. Kelfield onto just 2, and the Cicada Suns will help finish off that imp. Antolicious on the Torturer also dies. Looks like I want to say Hellflower on Doctor because I just expect that to happen, but Doctor
But that was a
Repulsor
late
gonna miss.
Kelpfield. I feel like Bubbles could have got
Yeah.
Kelpfield 4 of those people very easily, but he waited too long.
I felt like that too. I said just 2, and it felt like there was a 4-man kill field available there. But hey, they get a bunch of kills anyway.
Yeah, that was a huge ultimate on Glacius' part. He knew that they were going to go off the Swiftblade, so he just sat there, ultimate down, pouring in damage. Downpouring
Doctor
damage, sorry.
is dead. As the Hellflower, just too powerful. Kraken now going to try to run away, and he looks like he'll be alright. Has the portal key back up in a couple of seconds, and of course the charge anyway. But Doctor dying once again here. Now 1-6-2, 195 gold per minute. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Doctor is not going to have a good game.
It's a little bit past that point at this time.
Hey, game's not over. He could still recover.
Candorf, we love you, but we do apologize for what must have been going through your head during this game.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of games that have been very much like this, and it's not a fun experience.
Especially on heroes like, you know, Dampy or Doctor
Yeah.
that just do so well with Snowball, but if they don't get it, they're in for a rough time.
And he picked off there thanks to Nymphora TP. Right there, looking for a counter kill onto Kraken actually, or maybe Nymphora, or both. Kraken taking a whole bunch of damage, drops the ultimate, not going to be enough. He will fall here, but now Revenant going to be in trouble thanks to that Kraken ulti. Kelfield onto 2, Staccatos are also onto Doctor. Looks like Bubbles is going to be in some trouble as he's finally going to take the death off to the side. Doctor jumps over the cliff, and Rhapsody now in some danger. So, actually, what started out as a pretty good fight there for Hellborn continues to be so. They do clean up onto Nymphora, but here's Glacius once again falling. This is going to end up being a 4 for 2.
So Blade is running over now.
Yeah.
It's a little bit
Blade was
late.
bottom the whole entire fight.
So he's got
There
the
we go.
Assassin Shroud. He's coming in, looking for the
There we
Torture.
go.
That's a Swift Slashes and an easy kill. Or just the spin. Don't even need that. He's waiting for it to wear off, but I'm not sure why, because he's going to die before it happens.
Nemesis.
Well, Doctor might be picking up his Steam Boots pretty soon.
I guess.
Huge auto pickups.
I mean, he's got 900 gold. He's only 50 off. If he sits in the well for a little while, then he's going to have that safe.
Notice how Saint Rock's playing Rhapsody almost has a Hellflower as well.
Oh.
The double Hellflower.
He's got 265 gold per minute. Oh, man. I mean, that's going to do a lot to lock down the rally and the Kraken, too.
Yeah.
Like, not having that Compel available is going to be a pretty serious problem, considering how much they're getting caught and how valuable that spell is when it comes to saving them.
Now, Kendorf, I have to ask you, since you are tuning in, when you saw that second Hellflower in Rhapsody, did you contemplate suicide at that point? It's going to take a little bit for you to respond.
Yeah,
but,
because I think we're about 10 to 15 seconds behind compared to
yeah,
the chat.
I just want to know what his thoughts are.
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't, I'm going to say that in that situation, I would have been looking at that disconnect button.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Bubbles here, Invis, and like Kendorf did say in chat earlier, they just they don't like to CC when they still have a chance.
Yeah.
I respect that entirely. I do. I think it shows a lot of resilience to be able to stick into games like this for a long time, and every so often it'll pay off, like it did in Game 1, and that justifies it completely. It justifies 10, 15 games or whatever that drag on for 20 minutes, as meanwhile we're getting caught. Middle lane, Kelfield on a 4 there, finally. Not too much follow-up there. Finally goes down. Double rev wards actually are there, and it looks like there's the cleanup for the Legion side as their damage shows up. Eventually, Glacius pushing himself forward, and Doctor's running away from a support Glacius at this point, so that's where we're at. And it actually is just going to be the 2 kills, but anyway.
Bacon for us, son.
Yeah. Gandor says, I was going to ult you behind well, but didn't want to make team mad. Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, I was saying that it shows resilience to stay in these games. I don't think this game they have any chance. Like, Game 1, I didn't think they had any chance too, so they shouldn't listen to me, but I don't know. I just put a CC'd here. Props to them for sticking in it.
Just disregard him, we are not CCing
Yeah.
yet. No matter the outcome.
Well,
Resilience on a whole new level.
apparently.
I just want to see Rhapsody get his Hellflower. If Saint Rocks can get his Hellflower, then I'll be satisfied enough with this game to see a CC vote come out. But until that point, I don't want to see them CC.
And Lane Swiftblade might get jumped, but Glacius is just waiting for that. And the Rev Ward is there, so they can still see him. Release the Kraken gets dropped, and Swiftblade's going to be in trouble. Nope, Rhapsody ultimate saving a lot of damage. Finally gets cancelled. There goes the token as the Seismic Slam connects. Rhapsody will fall here. It looks like, nope, there's the heal back up as she's got a power supply, and she finally will die. It looks like Nymphora is going to take a death, though. Solid jukes. Huge jukes. Nope, Thunder
Come
Blast.
on, buy your Hellflower. No, Saint Rocks had a split second to buy his Hellflower and didn't get it.
It's too bad.
And for it, can he get away? Oh, nope.
Are you way behind me again? I think
No.
so.
Where are you at?
25,
The
36,
Legion have
20,
destroyed
37,
a HoN
38,
Tower.
39.
Yeah, I'm at exact same spot.
Oh.
Alright, Hellflower finally finished on Saint Rocks. Notable items on the Hellborn's team. Rally has a push book. There you go.
It worked
that's an
game
item.
1.
That's
Hey,
an item
like
that
game
costs
one.
more than 500 gold.
He's gonna pull a sheep out and win the game for him now.
Yep. Sheep stick that Switchblade all over the place. And then,
It's gonna happen.
what? Yeah. Rally.
There's the
There's a
Hellflower.
Hellflower in Rhapsody. Yeah. Yep. So.
Yep.
Now he just needs a portal key.
These big plays with this Hellflower. Oh hey, actually it looks like St. Rox is tuning in to check out his own greatness in this game. Shout out to St. Rox. Looks like this game could be over very quickly though.
Yeah, mid lane. Easy pick off. And I will say, they don't have the greatest base breaking team in the history of the world on the Legion side. The Dance 4 helps, and Switchblade's just ridiculously farmed, but not too many
Kraken
heroes
is
that are
barely
doing that.
missing initiation.
Oh well. Swift Slash is going off in the background there, just Min's dead, and here comes the kills from Bubbles as everything is locked down. We start getting a double tap, and Marcus might picking up one more kill.
Here comes the doctor.
Yeah, oh boy, he's gonna run in, and that's not gonna be the greatest play in the entire world.
The Hellflower.
Alright, so game 3 here does go to Instant Reflex as they managed to not throw games 2 and 3 and come out with the series victory 2-1 over the Solaire Club, which will drop them to losers bracket, and Instant Reflex will be moving on to the round of 8. So we'll play to both teams. Very good series here, lots of action and a lot of fun to cast. And thank you to my two guests, Enthos and Beaver Banger. So Enthos, final thoughts on the game, final thoughts on the series, what do you got?
Instant Reflex looking great. Solaire Club again, yeah, putting up great resilience. They have a lot of potential. They did have 2 sub people, so when they get their full team together, they're definitely going to be a team to watch out for. Apart from that, thank you for casting with us, Beaver Banger. Quincy, always a pleasure, man. And yeah, that's it for me.
All right, Beaver Banger, what do you got to wrap it up?
I'm interested in seeing. So iRex disbanded, correct?
I believe they did after the cycle.
And I think I've heard that they're forming a new team with some other players, and I'm really interested to see where that goes because I know there are a bunch of good players on the same team.
Yep.
I really liked some of the the lineups from Solaire Club today, though.
Yeah.
Especially the last lineup we saw in the last game with the Doctor Repulsor and Amphora. I definitely think they have the potential to be a Diamond Division team. They just need to work on a few things, especially since they had 2 subs today. But other than that, I think if they get a full roster going, they're definitely a team that we should worry about.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think this has been a theme as well, that there are a lot of teams right now that could be in the Diamond Division. And people doing power rankings and that stuff have been telling me about how difficult it is to figure out how to rank some of these teams, even in the mid-tier in Diamond. So, wouldn't be surprised to see them at Diamond at some point in this season. I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen soon. I think they need to tighten up a couple of things, and once they do that, then they could definitely be a force to reckon with. So, that'll do it for us here today, and I'd like to once again thank Enthos and Beaver Banger, and that will wrap up